Hello, welcome to MUFC Reality TV. Welcome, and this is Jarvis Corner, but I'm here alone. So, where's Mick?
Hello, this is Manchester City customer support. This is 𝒂𝒊𝒔𝒉 chairman of Manchester City. How can I help you, 𝒖𝒊𝒄𝒌 𝒹𝒔𝒉? Oh, you want to refund all your season tickets? Oh, I understand. Oh, you used to be a Chelsea supporter. I understand. But listen, if you want to help us to stay on top in the league, maybe I could transfer you to a sports washing department and they will give you an account number to transfer your funds. How's that? Good evening, Jarvis. How are you? Thank you for the phone call. I was just a prank. Was that a prank call, right? Was it?
Yeah, it was a prank call.
Amazing,
Yeah, I was
amazing.
all alone. I was getting worried.
Oh, yeah, really? No, I was stuck there. I was like stretching. I was taking care of all these angry Chelsea supporters because they want to desert the club because they're disappointed with Todd Bowley. He spent 400 billion and they all want to desert over to City. But you know what? We're here to talk about a lot of things among that. So yeah, big up to you, Jarvis. And obviously this was your first opening of the show. So yeah, how did you feel?
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Were you nervous?
It will be many more. So how are you, Mick?
I'm good, man. I'm just tired today. Very, very extremely tired. It's just getting complacent as what the Manchester United players are getting as well. You know what I mean? It's been a long season, amigo. Long season. We played a lot of games. We had a lot of streams. It's been the Glazers out, the reports, and just wants to have the conclusion, go, have a summer break, like everyone else. Just good.
Yeah, I agree. It's been a long
midnight
season.
Midnight vibes. It is 10 o'clock UK time. You're sitting in Scandinavia, so in Norway so it's like 11. So cheers to everyone, whatever you're drinking. I'm having a Diet Coke.
Cheers.
We have a guest also that just joined us, just late, and knock knock.
Who's there?
I think it's the devil.
Ooh. Exciting.
Dan Corfield.
Hi guys, how you doing?
TV. How are you going?
Hey Dan.
Hi Jarvis, nice to see you, pal.
Nice to see you too.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. It's been a minute. Let's say it's been a hot minute
since we had you. Hot minute. Anyway, Dan, tell the audience that's viewing this for you that haven't been here before. Dan Corfield has been here before. And Dan, where can people find you? And
yeah, you can find me on Red Devils TV, which is my own personal channel, and I've recently started live streaming, so I'd love to get both of you guys on there. So if any of you haven't heard my channel, please subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We have just hit over 650 over last week, so we're slowly getting there. But yes, if you've not heard of me, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to a good show.
Dan calls me Mr. Miyagi because I called him Danielson. Wax on, wax off. I have another knock.
Who's there?
Mr. Structure in the house. Good evening, Mr. Structure. Nuruddin, how are you, sir?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
You're looking chill. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How are you doing? Are we good?
Not too bad. All good. Midnight Vibe stream. So a little bit of a new concept anyway. But let's just dive right into it. Jarvis, what do you have on the agenda today? What are we going to talk about?
Well, first of all, I thought we should, because it's, what happened yesterday with the ones. We're not happy about it, and we don't want to see it happen. But it's not good to see them win. on a serious note, because we know what's going on. We know they are cheating. We know they have been cooking the books. So I want to talk about that.
Yeah, we will talk about that. We will dive into it. But let's go into the VR room. Guys, we are just the players on the field. What's most important is you, the audience. So what we call it, the VER room. So Jarvis, take it away. We have right now a lot of people chatting away. So let's start with the VR room. Welcome everyone to the stream. Welcome to the Realist TV, MUFC Realist TV. Smash a like if you haven't. For Daniel, go follow Daniel on the Red Devils TV as well. If you get a chance. Also, Mr. Nuruddin from United Real Therapy. I'm sorry, dyslexic. Well. So what's going on in the VR room? How is everyone feeling?
There's a lot of people here. A lot of people. I see Jonathan. Big up, Jonathan. Hi, Mick, and everyone.
Good afternoon.
And
City
if also
from and titles, it would be funny. Yeah, big. Yeah. We will talk about that, Jonathan. But I absolutely appreciate your comment, mate.
So. Lucky Singh,
Magpies.
Well done, Magpies.
Yeah, absolutely. Big up for them.
How was the result tonight? I haven't seen it yet.
I don't know. Yeah, did they? They played tonight, right?
Yeah, they played tonight. I'm not sure what score it was actually.
Obviously said well done, so it must be done well.
0-0. Leicester, Newcastle 0-0.
0-0. So it's a draw.
So Newcastle have made it. So Liverpool can't catch them now. Newcastle have got 70 points.
Champions League.
Champions
League.
So
that is so good. That is so good. Absolute big up for the Maggies. You know, well done. Consider where they've been as well. So yeah.
Congratulations. I remember last time they were in the Champions League. I think Bobby Robson.
Yeah. It's a long time with that poor ownership as well, mate. So yeah. But okay, so listen, it's not a good thing. I think it's like, you know, City's won 6 titles now since 2001, if I calculated right. Like I don't really. The thing is, like, you know, it's such a small fan base. You can hardly find and can hardly see them on Twitter or any social media. And if you find them, it's very rare. Like, you know, but the thing is, like, I've never paid attention. So as soon as they won anything, or, you know, I just didn't feel it because I felt it was plastic, right? Considering, like, you know, when they were bought by Sheikh Mansour, it was like 2007, 2008 season, right? 2008. Yeah. So he bought them. They were like, you know, they finished off that season in 16th place, sniffing around relegation. So they were almost getting broke. And yeah, I mean, Jesus. Should we just get right into it, mate?
Yeah. I don't know if everybody knows what happened with the...
I will have a video, a little bit clip on, I will just play from Twitter. So this is basically the introduction. So yeah,
Manchester City are Premier League champions, but questions remain about how the club does business.
People don't know if this team, this whole project, is based on some wrongdoing in the past.
That's because City stand accused of over 100 breaches of the Premier League's financial rules.
Some of those charges are extremely serious. I mean, there are, you know, the claim is that they've been falsifying their accounts.
City deny doing this, and the questions they face stretch back years, because this is a club transformed from one that went decades without a trophy to one that's won the league 5 years out of the last 6. That is a long way from where it was in 2008.
Financially, we were almost out of business.
But it was about to become the richest club in the world. Sheikh Mansour is a billionaire member of the Abu Dhabi royal family. His investment company bought Manchester City, and the spending began. 3 years on, UEFA, the governing body of football in Europe, introduced something called financial fair play. It was designed to stop clubs spending more than they earn. And to some observers, it was clear why.
I think FFP was brought in principally to reduce the over-reliance on very wealthy benefactors, because that's simply not financially sustainable.
UEFA said it wants to protect clubs from financial trouble and to keep football fair. And in 2014, it fined 9 clubs for breaking the rules. Manchester City was one of them. It paid a €60 million fine while insisting it hadn't broken the rules. That was 2014. 4 years later, the German newspaper Der Spiegel published this investigation based on leaked emails from inside Manchester City. It claimed the club's newfound glory is rooted in lies. And the story connected to a central claim about City's finances.
We've seen this repeated accusation of overly inflated sponsorship deals.
In other words, the allegation is that City agreed deals with sponsors with a connection to Abu Dhabi. The sponsors then paid more than the market value. That allowed the club to inflate its income, which in turn allowed the club to spend more money while appearing to be within the rules of financial fair play. Manchester City denies doing this, but UEFA investigated. And in 2020, it concluded Manchester City committed serious breaches of the UEFA financial fair play regulations by overstating its sponsorship revenue. It banned City from European club competitions for 2 years, but the club's position remained unequivocal.
The most important thing I have to say today is that the allegations are not true.
And City took the matter to CAS, the Court of Arbitration for Sports, and contested all of the charges, including the sponsorship allegation.
When the case went before CAS, the verdict was that they couldn't find any compelling evidence to say that that was the case, and that's why City's Champions League ban was lifted.
City were back in Europe, but that wasn't all. The ruling said City did fail to cooperate with UEFA authorities and that most of the alleged breaches were either not established or time-barred. In other words, some alleged breaches weren't considered on a technicality. They'd been brought too late. One academic describes that in these terms.
In my personal view, what I think's happened is we've been able to exploit a few legal loopholes here so that Manchester City have never really had to answer the charges that were brought to them.
And City's rivals were unimpressed by the outcome. Liverpool's Jurgen Klopp called it bad for football. Jose Mourinho, then at Spurs, called it disgraceful. City, though, called it a validation of their evidence. And in 2021, they reached the final of the Champions League. They also won the Premier League that year and the next. And then, as City chased the league this season, in February, there was another development.
The dominant force in the English game, hit with an unprecedented catalogue of charges by the Premier League that, in its most severe case, could see it expelled from the league.
The period in question is 2009 to 2018, the first 9 full seasons under City's Abu Dhabi ownership. The charges included the failure to report financial results, in particular with respect to its revenue, including sponsorship revenue. It's also accused of not giving full details of players' salaries and failing to cooperate with the league's investigation. If the charges are upheld, losing a title is one possible punishment, but there are others.
The most likely will either be a financial one or a points deduction.
We're not at this stage, though. City said it was surprised by the charges and denies them. The statement pointed to a comprehensive body of irrefutable evidence that exists in support of its position. And the BBC's Dan Rowan asked City's manager, Pep Guardiola, about this.
How confident are you that you have been told everything? Has it in any way affected your belief in the club?
My first thought is that we are already being condemned. So like what's happened right now, these weeks after Monday, it's happened the same what happened in UEFA. The club proved that we're completely innocent. I said to them, what happened? So Pep, we did anything wrong.
But this case won't be quick. Days before City won the title, The Times reported that Manchester City have launched a legal fight against the Premier League charges. They're questioning the legality of the process. It could be years before what City did and didn't do is settled.
People are going to continue to raise their eyebrows about City until the Premier League either can prove some kind of financial misconduct, or City can clear the name.
And so, as City's fans celebrate another title and their team's domination of English football, the club that's just won the Premier League remains accused by the Premier League of extensively breaking its rules and gaining a financial advantage.
Guys, let's unpack this, guys. Let's call a spade, right? Nuruddin, you go to games at Manchester week in and week out. You live with the noisy neighbors. What's your take on this? I mean, clear and obvious, when I hear this report, and I've been knowing about this, at the end of the day, there's not many City fans around in town in Manchester, right? They're hardly filling the stadiums and inflating sponsorship deal from the time Sheikh Mansour took over. We're talking about the period of time of what was it, 2007 to 10 years period of time, right?
Yeah, I think it's over 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. To be honest with you, the Spiegel. I remember when it came out. So the Spiegel is a reputable news organization in Germany, and it's all of this is based on a Portuguese hacker. So he's politically quite left, and he didn't target Man City. What he was doing was that he was trying to show managers and players who are avoiding tax. So tax avoidance, that's what he was looking at. Then he came across Manchester City. I mean, some of the things are just the most laughable things. For example, they gave Mancini, I think, $1.5 million for like maybe 1.5 million or something like that extra because he's managing a team for 6 days. 6 days, or maybe 3 or 4 days in Dubai, something like that. It's ludicrous. So what he did was he flooded this thing with the internet. The Spiegel picked it up, looked at it, and was like, "What the hell is going on? Like, what are Manchester City are doing?" So they were basically currently at this moment in time, Manchester City. They want you to believe Manchester City make more money than Real Madrid, Barcelona, and all of the Bayern Munich and all of those clubs. They make more revenue from from their global big fan base all around the globe.
If pink elephants could fly, mate.
these massive in sponsorships, they make more money, and they've been doing that for the past so many years. Now, let's separate this objectively into two things. Is Manchester City's football structure world class? Yes. Have they been the most successful football team? Yes. Do I believe in that you should take away trophies? No. Do I think that the players and the manager have won the things on the pitch? Rightfully so, because they have the blood, sweat, and tears to do that. But have they been prepped by this a lot of money and a lot of like sponsorship deals? Like, what you have to have a look at as well, like sponsorship deals, you have to look at it, what the market is saying that sponsor should cost, that amount of money that club should get. And when you look at that, it's ludicrous. It's absolutely ludicrous. So the financial instruments which they use to basically over-evaluate their football club is ludicrous. It's literally cheating is not the word. Like, it's basically financial doping. It's financial doping. This is
I flip it around. Sorry.
We're going to try to throw it into the long run. And the Premier League cannot let that stand, because I read the latest thing that came out 3-4 days ago where they're arguing, one of the guys who's in charge of this 3-man pan, I think he is a top QC. He's an Arsenal supporter.
He's an Arsenal supporter. I know. We will play the.
So anybody who supports another team is not going to give you a fair hearing or bring about any, like, are you kidding me? This is going to be one of the hardest, most spotlighted, checked court case ever. And unfortunately, in England, like it is everywhere in the world. I don't know what it's like in Norway. I don't know what it's like in Sweden. But when you have the money to pay for the top lawyers, you can basically get away with murder in this country.
Money talks. That's unfortunate. And I will play that clip later on with Simon Jordan and Talk Sports, because they had an interview with one guy, and which actually they called a spade a spade. They called it out, and it's typically always Arsenal. If you look at who's been barking at Manchester United's takeover, saying Qatar, it's also Arsenal, to be honest. But I think I look at it from another holistic perspective to say, what if City didn't take over? Sheikh Mansour didn't take over and had all this money to inflate, what would the squad be looking like? Because obviously you've been building that massive squad what they have today with those money, right? By inflated deals, by breaching FFP, by not submitting your financial reports, which is a must, in order to be compliant with FFP, right? Because your FFP is there to protect, to spend within your means, right? Whatever you make in operational cost. That means that you can spend on salaries, on transfers, X, Y, Z, right? But they've been very good at selling players on the other hand, though. But I don't know, the fan base, if you look at the match-going fans and like when they're playing home at Etihad, it's never full. It's never full, right? And on the other hand, if you look at Manchester United, Arsenal, like, Liverpool, one of the biggest fan bases in the world, like, so we don't really need to sort of inflate those things. So I find it very odd because it was within the UEFA for a very, very long time. They overruled, and then went to Premier League as well. And sort of an independent panel overviewing, and one of them now objecting, that sits in the board, that's actually an Arsenal fan. I find it very weird. So you can sort of suspect a little bit about the brown paper bag under the table as well, like, because what you say, you do get away with murder, right? No, Jarvis.
Yeah, Nuruddin is touching on it because in this channel we always use logic and reason. So in 2010, when City got that sponsorship deal, they got 400 million pounds over 10 years. 2010. At the same time, Arsenal had a sponsorship deal over 15 years. That was 95 million, to put things in perspective. So in 2010, who was the biggest club, Arsenal or City? Who had the biggest group of fans and followers and sponsorship and all that? So it's when you use logic and reasoning, it's obvious that something fishy is going on.
I mean, that's the thing, like what money can buy you nowadays, right? Yeah. And the funny thing is, what I find very unfair and disgusting is that now we're looking at the sales takeover of Manchester United, and instantly people are jumping in Manchester United to say, hey, you cannot be bought by state back. Well, first and foremost, Sheikh Yassim is not state back. It's a holding company. You know what I mean? It's a foundation. So it's not state backed like Abu Dhabi or like, Newcastle, which is MBS, right? So it's like me coming to you, Jarvis. It's like you, Jarvis, you painted your house 2013. Now 2015, like Mr. Structure comes and paints his white again. And now this year, Mick Ruby wants to paint his house white again. We live in the same street. And you guys come to, no, you cannot do that. Why? Because you're Manchester United, right? So the thing is, what I'm questioning is because why Arsenal has always been objecting in a way, because you got to look at when Sheikh Mansour bought Manchester City 2008, they were not a threat. They were sitting like hovering around the mid-table and relegation. They were sitting on 17th or 18th. They finished 17th, 18th. And from there, you've been inflating and building a top quality squad, prepping everything, getting your top quality manager in Pep Guardiola, just basically building the squad around it, preparing the slab and everything. And now here you go, Pep. Everything's been in place. And this is what I see. It's like, if you look at any other sports, like Ben Johnson, he was caught by doping and took away his medals and everything. I think that's fair play. So if there's a rule for fair play, that rule should be adhered and followed, according to my opinion. For real.
Yeah, but the thing is, as Nuruddin mentioned, if you take away titles, how are you going to do that? Are you going to remove all of City's...
yeah, but I'm saying financial penalties will not help them. They have endless pockets of money. It's not going to help them to give them financial penalties. Points deduction, maybe.
To be honest, Mick, for me, they can just keep their titles, because if in hindsight, everybody would know that they're cheated if they get convicted. And for me, the only penalty would be to move them down to a couple of levels and relegate them.
Relegation.
Yeah.
But what are they doing in other Olympic sports and everything? If you competed and you cheated and you were doping, you know what they do? They take away your medal.
Yeah, they do. That's true.
They take away your medal, right? Everything. So why does it have to be different? That's what I'm saying. If you cheated, you cheated. That's my problem. I'm agree with Mr. Nuruddin here, with Mr. Structure, to say, like, are they a good side? Yes, they are. Are they playing fantastic football? 100%, right? But you got to look at what led to this. You know what I mean? If you cheated on the way by doing cheating the FFP and just inflating, it's cheating, right?
100%.
And this
The biggest thing what it comes close to is like Lance Armstrong, isn't it? He was doing
Lance Armstrong,
right? Man City have done financial doping. I mean, it's ludicrous, the idea that, and the only reason why they got off UEFA is because of the time limit, and they refused to comply with the investigation and let people come in and look at their books, and they're still doing that today with the Premier League. They are still not let the Premier League come and look at their finances and look at it and be transparent. Be transparent. So, for example, if I am a governing body, you and Jarvis have a business, and I'm an auditor, I'm coming in, and I think you've done something dodgy, you have to show me your books. Man City are not allowing the Premier League or for anybody, UEFA, they did not. UEFA, it was a time limit, and I think it was over 2-something years or whatever. That's why they won the sport of aberration.
Yeah, because they just kept kicking the can further down the road, by not complying.
But the biggest thing for me is that the Premier League needs to make a law that you can't kick it down the line. There's over 100 and something charges, if I'm not mistaken. Some of them, when I've seen the list, some of them are not as bad. Some of them are not as bad, and I think most clubs might be guilty of them. But there are some serious ones, like inflating your incomings. It's ludicrous. It's absolutely ludicrous. Like I said, and also, like Jarvis said before, but he's looking at the market. The market says your sponsorship, the amount of fans you have around the world, the amount of activity, the amount of time you're trending on Twitter, across all social media, amount of that, the amount of interactions with some of your sponsors. No, the market value should not be, instead of 400, it should have been maybe 40 million.
Right. Yeah, you're 100%, it is absolutely ludicrous, according to my opinion as well. And I just can't wrap my head around it, because at the end of the day, the legal system is, they can just continue appealing and fighting a motion, and they have to look at it, and the time will pass. So this is the trick of the books, what they're doing, like in litigation, just to delay the inevitable. And they're not the only one that's cooking the books. Even Barcelona has been doing it, and they are in financial troubles as well, right? So eventually, all I want to see is fair play, and fair play was actually introduced, for fair play, and basically to protect yourself for not overspending or spend within your operational means, right? So the money that you're making within the TV deals, shirt sponsors, shirt sales, that's the money you can use for transfer markets, right? So that's yeah, but I'm not going to deny them for the title charge this season and for winning, because they were the better team at the end of the day. They came out very strong, and but this is down to the squad as well, the quality they have on the bench, what they have managed to build up, right? Because when everyone is fatigued coming to May, everyone is kind of crashing. They are usually the ones that are strong because they have quality. They have the likes for likes, right? If you have a De Bruyne injured, you just put in who can you put in there instead? Rodri or whatever, Gundogan, or they have quality midfielders, yeah. And they just added, they just will keep adding on like 1 or 2 players like this. So that means there will always be this oiled machine with this big squad. So this is what I'm saying.
At this moment in time, they might be financially cooking the books, but they're taking full advantage of everything. Like I said, they have the best setup in anywhere. They're properly, in terms of football structure, the way they're run, because the owners want to win by any means necessary. They need to win, and they have the best manager, and they have the best football structure in world football. And obviously, then cooking the books, you add that. There ain't nobody beating you. For me, the biggest thing, I did a show on United Real Therapy this evening. I did the show, and I basically said, who's going to stop them? Who can stop Man City dominating for the next decade?
Yeah.
And
Lucky thing is,
the only club that's close. The only club that's come close to do that was Liverpool. And they took us to our biggest rivals. And it's so tragic where Manchester United, where we find ourselves.
Yeah, true.
I remember on my stream, on my podcast this evening, somebody said, the Glazers are probably cooking the books. I said, yes, they're cooking the books to take more money out of the fucking club.
True that.
Not to help the club.
I 100% agree. You just got some breaking news. I have not been able. Lucky Singh is saying the Southampton Leicester are relegated. Southampton win you, Leicester.
Yeah, that's big. That's big. They're almost.
Let me say we can go on the market.
I mean, go down.
Yeah, Leicester are not relegated yet. Leicester have still. I mean, let me give you the table. So Leicester are not relegated yet. Southampton are definitely relegated. We knew that Southampton were. Leicester have played 37 games. They're on 31 points. Oh yeah, they are being relegated.
Yes, they've been relegated.
No,
Damn.
they haven't. No, they haven't. No, they haven't. So if Everton lose, right, it's not in their hands anymore. So Everton are 17th, right? Leicester are in the bottom 3. Everton are 17th. So you know the bottom 4. Everton have got 33 points. Leicester have got 31 points. So if Leicester win their game and Everton lose, Leicester will have 34 points, and Everton will stay on 33 points. So they've still got 1 to 5. But Everton have got Bournemouth at home, and Leicester. Let's see what Leicester's fixture. Leicester are home to West Ham, and Everton have got Bournemouth at home.
Oh,
yeah. So Leicester
interesting.
they're not down yet points wise, because if Everton were to lose and Leicester were to win, Leicester would have 34 points and Everton will stay at 33 points.
Damn, this relegation battle is more interesting now than because City won. Actually, I'm just gonna go to the comments. Philip 90.
Listen, can I just say something quickly? So we
go
played
ahead.
36 games, right? Newcastle have played 37. We are currently on Manchester United are on 69. If we beat Chelsea on Thursday, we will go 2 points clear.
We'll be on 3rd spot.
Yeah, we will go 2 points clear. We'll be on 72 with 1 game to go on next Sunday. So if we beat Chelsea, Manchester United could finish 3rd.
Yeah, we beat Chelsea. We beat Fulham at home, and we finished 3rd. Because I was thinking about that too, gents. Like, you know, because I don't think Ten Hag will rest his laurels. I don't think, like, you know, oh yeah, if we beat the Chelsea, we qualify for Champions League. And I was thinking, oh, maybe the last game against Fulham he will play the youngsters. I don't think so. If it's for 3rd for grabs, he will go for it. What do you reckon?
Yeah, you know, if we can go 3rd, he will go for it, because it gives us one more week to prepare for the season. Because if not, we have to go out for an extra qualifying round for the Champions League, and we don't want that.
I got to go to the chat as well, to the VR guys. You've been very patient. Sorry for not being able to service you. We're doing our best. Philip 9080, welcome back, mate. How you been? Philip, big up for you. City should be relegated. 56 breaches is nothing but 150 lol. That's insane. If that's was Manchester United, it would be all over the world news every day. Sorry, most severe punishment is needed to be. Yeah, it's definitely Philip, we are here to discuss, you know, as a community. You know, this is opinions. Everyone's opinion is highly welcome. We use logic and reasoning, and at the end of the day, like, you know, it's not us that will decide, but you know, we are allowed to raise an opinion and voice. Because for me, I don't stand cheating. Like, you know, I used to compete in bodybuilding, you know, and you go on stage and you see that somebody's been doped, you know what I mean, taking steroids and shit, and you be natural, working your hard to earn blood, sweat, and tears, and you see this guy just like pumping in his shit, and you know, that's not fair, man. It's not fair. Carl Dickinson is laughing. Welcome, Carl. Yeah, there's a lot of interaction in the amongst each other. Good evening, gents. J.V. 10. Good evening. How are you, Sue? Congratulations to Newcastle. Yeah, 100%. Kidney pool, don't they have a chance to qualify for Champions? No, they don't. Kidney pool are done. I saw this funny video today. I think it was Jarvis. You sent it to me, right? Didn't you?
Yeah.
You know, this guy like Newcastle and was it United? This guy was listening to like We are the champions. And then you see this Liverpool fan having nightmares, and you hear an anthem of the Europa League. It's like, oh no. Congratulations. Go ahead, guys. You've been so good in the chat. Sorry, congratulations. Everyone say congratulations for Liverpool. So people just saying now we just.
Hey, let's not tempt fate here, guys. Let's not tempt fate. Manchester United are automatically not because they've got a better goal difference. So we need 1 point from 2 games, and stranger things have happened. So I'm not celebrating. I'll be there on the stadium Thursday night, and I will celebrate accordingly if we beat Chelsea.
We will. We have to beat. Andy Cooper, welcome to the channel, mate. Big up for you. I haven't seen your name before, so big up. Always good to see new faces, and welcome to join our Realist TV community. Now I just want Jassim to seal the deal, hopefully. Then the real party should commence. Yes, it will be a shawarma party. You know, Habibi. I think so. We need, I did a podcast this morning, and when I said all roads leads to Doha at the moment. And this is the way I feel, because at the end of the day, forensic investigation's been doing this for 10 months. And at the end of the day, we have to compare, each bid. And if you asked me 1 year ago, I would definitely snap everyone's hands for actually putting in a bid for Manchester United. So it's all about getting the Glazers out 100% full sale. Right?
100%.
100%.
Full sale. Glazers out.
Oh, gosh. Honestly, I don't know what I will do that day. I swear to God. I'm not going to lie to you.
Evening, John.
I asked the question, who can stop Man City? If we don't get super wealth and Qatari money, we're never gonna have any chance of stopping them.
Yeah, true, man. Let's talk about that. How do we stop a cheating team? Big up, Stephanie. Big up. We see you, Stephanie. Big up. Sorry, Mr. Therapy Army. Yes, but you're here for another Therapy Army. This is Cocky's Corner here now. So you get almost the same flavor here. You see Mr. Structure here, Jarvis here. The only thing that you see is this face. Right. Philip 9080. I heard protests being planned in USA, Florida, Mexico. Yeah, in Tampa. So did I, mate, from 1958. A group of someone posted on you. Yeah, you're absolutely correct, Philip. Yeah. Protests need to be worldwide. Sorry, man. I'm a little bit dyslexic, so it takes my time. Protests need to go worldwide. Everyone taking 500,000 out. MFC is insane. Philip, you know what? I had this idea when we did the protest last time, to say that this needs to go on a viral scale. It needs to be organized better with the global fan base communities. Like the fan base in Malaysia is massive, in Indonesia massive, in Thailand, in US. Why don't you arrange a simultaneous process next time you do a protest marching towards Old Trafford? Everyone can do that synchronized, right? And that generates a lot of rings and attention from media all over the place. Your more cameras come and watching, what is this? The louder the message. Simple as that. Nerdin. Yes, you awake? You're awake, man.
I am awake.
It's late. Everyone, United for Life, big up, lads. Big up for you, United for Life. How you doing? Google this is in the house. City fans are like unicorns, imaginary beings. 100%. Big up for you. Google this. I was waiting for your chat, man. How are you, mate? Lucky Singers game. Juventus football can appeal. Yeah, can appeal. And this is the problem, because they're getting away with murder. Jamie Wayne, welcome to the stream. How are you, mate? We all know that the cheating bus is not hard to figure out. I believe they are guilty. Well,
guilty. On all
you should not pass.
Guilty. They're guilty.
Yeah, wicked. There's so many comments in the corner. So, guys, let's just park the bus on this one, because I have a clip with Simon Jordan. Basically, I don't really like to listen to Simon Jordan, but this was made a lot of sense. Should we play it, or?
Yeah,
are you guys up for it? A little bit of a midnight vibes with Talk Sport.
Can I ask a question? How do you get away with playing clips? Because you're based in Sweden.
You do if you reference it. That's the thing, right? Do I dare it?
Do you reference it?
It's newsworthy. It's news value.
Well, Terry Lewis does it all the time, right?
Maybe
you don't broadcast games and stuff like that. Premier League, they would take you for.
But I've been done before when I've just showed a clip people talking.
Really?
Maybe
depends on if they're bastards. That's the thing, right?
Maybe
you remember
reported me. Maybe people reported me.
Yeah, I did. Me and Jarvis did something last week about mic'd up VAR and referees for educational purposes. That video stood up for 2 days, and then clipped it down. That was ridiculous. How am I supposed to showcase what it's like with mic'd up refs? Yeah, it was on the Premier League site, and I took the video like examples and reading there, and they done me for copywriting for that. They took it down. That's ridiculous, mate. I'm just pissed off. Anyway,
but how do you reference it? How do you reference it then? If you show the clip,
you have to put it in. You have to shout it out, basically, that you are doing this, and you have to put it in your video description as well. 100%. So if YouTube is trying to do you with the algorithm, you say, look, I reference this, because there is something called sampling as well that's allowed, right? Depends on if they're going after it and say, oh, we don't like it. You know what I mean? But I have Talk Sports on my channel. I have Anil Kandola coming on and speaking, so there's no issues, right? But anyway, I just wanted to take one. Should I do it or not? Should we?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Oh,
I don't like that. I don't like that Muppet. I do not like him. I think he's
no, it's not him. They're interviewing one. No, this is very good. This is actually very good. So I'm gonna just go in.
To City have lodged legal challenges against the Premier League's 115 charges for alleged rule breaches, disputing the legality of the investigation and the involvement of a barrister who's in charge of the disciplinary process. The club's understood to have challenged the involvement of this man, Murray Rosen, KC, the head of the Premier League's independent judicial panel, as the person who appoints a chairman of the disciplinary commission under the rules that he can appoint himself. Rosen's profile on his chamber's website states that he is a member of the MCC and Arsenal Football Club. He's an Arsenal fan, apparently. Earlier on, I spoke with the chief sports reporter of The Times, Martin Ziegler, and we got inside a bit of this. We acknowledged the fact that City have started the legal challenges on the 115 charges. And I said to Martin, in a general sense, what is the basis of City's legal challenge?
There's two aspects from what I understand. One is the disputing the legality of the investigation. Because they're saying rule changes have been brought in.
So yeah, this basically they're talking, they're having an interview, Martin Ziegler, basically to understand. But what he's saying here, gents, is also this one of the key panelists or whatever he saw as part of this committee he's the actually one that's actually turning a what do you call it? A protest. He sits on the freaking panel, and then it turns out to be a Goonie supporter. That's just hilarious. Let's continue.
Not only a supporter, he was a member of
member as well. So let's continue.
Recent years, for example, in 2020 and 2022, and their suggestion is that some of those sort of powers have been used to investigate alleged offences that took place before that, because the charges go back all the way to 2009.
So the charges goes back all the way to 2009. This is what we're talking about. They're trying to kick the can further down the road by just pushing it further and further and further. It has something called prescription period. Basically, if the time period has passed as a certain time, like 10 years or whatever that law is, that they can claim that, yeah, it's not valid anymore because time has passed.
So that's one element of it. And the other element is challenging the involvement of the Premier League's head of the judicial panel, who appoints the disciplinary commission, on the basis of impartiality. Because I think if you look at his profile on his chamber's website, it says that he's a member of Arsenal FC. So
he's a member of Arsenal FC, and now you understand that if you look at the Qatar takeover, in the media, what's been rumbling, and you've seen that certain clubs has been going on and willing to protest if Qatar buys Manchester United or Sheikh Yassim. And you know who's letting that? Arsenal. The same. It's just hypocrisy.
That's being raised as an issue too.
How credible is that second issue that you've mentioned there? The challenge towards the involvement of the head of the Premier League Judicial Commission, Murray Rosen KC, on the basis that he's an Arsenal fan.
The trouble is, most people support a football team. It doesn't mean you're going to be prejudiced against another one. So I think it's a difficult claim to make, but it's not the first time they've done it. So
no, it's not the first time. This is what I was alluding for, gentlemen and ladies.
When the Premier League first announced a disciplinary complaint, they didn't announce it, but they told Manchester City of a disciplinary complaint against them in August 2019. We know from the High Court that that matter went to an arbitration panel, then to the High Court, and the Manchester City at their time, they disputed the appointment of the arbitration panel on the.
So they dispute whoever is in the arbitration panel as well. So it seems like, oh, what a farcical, guys.
Basis of impartiality. So I think this is a sort of tried and tested process which Manchester City have used against UEFA before during the FFP investigation and during the Premier League investigation, which went on for more than 4 years. Every legal option has been looked at by the club and their lawyers, and they will challenge every little thing they can.
Yeah, guys, this is what I'm talking about. This is absolutely what I'm talking about, because they will eventually challenge everything that can, all the 120 points, right? And this will take time, and they're just going to push that, kick the can further down the road until, the time period is passes. So they know what they're doing. It's the same playbook, but they use it in UEFA. That's why you're paying top dollar for the top lawyers and solicitors that specialize in that field.
Yeah, it's the way they do it. If you have enough money, you can get away with murder. O.J. Simpson.
Can I ask a question? Is it the same in Sweden law as well, and Norwegian law? If you have enough money, you usually get away with murder. Yeah, you can get away with it.
You don't. 100% no, you don't. You don't. No.
Even if you hire the top lawyers, if you're guilty in Sweden and Norway, you can't get away with it now.
I'm not an expert on Norwegian law,
in this country,
I think it's easier in the States than in the UK.
In the UK, we are the land of the brown envelopes.
Yeah, true.
I'm telling you, there's a book written about London, like London being one of the most financially corrupt cities in the world. You know the guy who wrote about the Gomorrah, the Italian mafia? He wrote a book. Yeah. All of the money in London gets what's the word? Money laundering. One of the capitals of money laundering. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what 𝒖𝒄𝒌 is saying, I have no issues with Newcastle because they've been responsible and taken it like very, very slow, right? They didn't go all in. They're doing the responsible way by adhering the FFP, right? So now you're seeing the fruits of it, and they just keep building slowly on it,
They've got watch out what players they signed this summer. They've got one of the best directors of football, Dan Ashworth, working for them. He's the guy that United apparently interviewed, and they said no to, and United said no to him.
No, fair enough. I mean, there will be a force, 100%. Bollocks ain't true, whereas the evidence that provides you are innocent. This club is full of shit. Yeah, true. They are,
But they're allowed to get away with it because they've got the best money and the best lawyers' money combined. And in this country, there's no real justice, is there? In the UK, we all know that, people. We all know that.
United for Life is saying if City don't get charged, this will open the door for other clubs to do the same. 100%. So I think the Premier League has to set, a foot down. You have to make an example that you don't get away with it, right? What kind of message are you sending to other clubs? What is the purpose then of having FFP? That's what I'm trying to say.
Let me put this into context. The reason why some are saying why the Premier League has acted, because they've known about Manchester City for a long, long time. It's because of the the threat of the independent football regulator coming into effect in the UK. So basically, Gary Neville, since the Super League, even before that, Gary Neville, because the FA is not strong enough, so the Premier League owns it all. The Premier League bullies the FA. The FA has no really much say in it. They're there to enforce the rules, and we already see the absolute shambolic it is. I remember Suarez for calling Evra the N-word got 8 games, but Tony, bit of gambling, is going down for 8 months. Make it make sense, people. Make it make sense, right? We already know that. So it's shambolic. It's absolutely shambolic in the way that what it does, right? They're there to enforce the rules. So the Premier League run the game here. They run the game. And because of the Super League, it became more of a political thing. And the Prime Minister at the time, big old Bumbo Boris, was saying that football belongs to the people and all that, anything to try to sound populist. And there's been a Sue, I don't know what her name is. I forgot her name. But there's an MP who's a big football fan. She's a member of the ruling Conservative Party in the UK. She was doing a study looking into a independent football regulator. And the reason why the Premier League are now coming out and making it like they're tough boys is because of the threat of the independent regulator, because they do not want to be regulated. So what they're saying is that we can regulate ourselves.
Yeah,
and
2 points.
So there's been a lot of campaigning. Gary Neville being one of the forthright most well-known ex-footballers and pundits to be on board, but there's been a lot of fan groups around the country who are lobbying the government to try to get an independent regulator that regulates.
That's big up.
Yeah, so basically, Nordin, you're saying that the Premier League now will go hard on City, because if not, the government will come in and govern the Premier League.
Well, technically, they might need to be seen. They might want the perception of them going hard other than really going hard, right? It's big, they're trying to change the perception, because are they going hard on Manchester City, or do they want the perception that they're going hard and that they can manage themselves for that to be what it is? Is that perception they want to give?
Let me just add some content to this before we move on, actually, because as I said, I have no problem. They play the best football in the league. Yes, they do. Have they been the best team in Europe at the moment? Yes, 100%. But what I do have a problem is with certain pundits and media bigging them up and say, "Oh, look at City! Oh, amazing, fantastic!" But nobody of them mentioning about the cheating and the inflation and the charges. Nobody. Why are you not calling that out? And that's
they're looking the other way. They're just looking
the other cheek, right?
Yeah.
But as soon as it's something with Manchester United, no, we're not going to turn the other cheek. No, it's Manchester United, right? And now we're talking about this sales takeover. 100% they're looking at, because they know if Sheikh Yassim comes in and pumps in money and makes a similar structure like Manchester City, they're going to shit their pants. Because first and foremost, we're not a mid-table club, right? We are top 4 side at the moment. Just a little bit of a TLC, pumping a little bit of money in terms of, fixing the infrastructure and clearing the FFP. Just fix the mess what the Glazers left behind, right? We are cooking, and they know it. It's why I say it's like a sleeping tiger walking up, ready to go hunting. And they don't want that, because for 10 years almost, it's been dire, right? For 6 years, the media has been privileged to write shit stories about Manchester United, because we've been shit, to be honest. But now with Ten Hag, with proper ownership, with proper money coming in, I just want it to be like a, how do I say, like a Newcastle model, like incremental model, slowly, not like a Todd Bowley Chelsea, where he literally came in and did all in, like playing Texas Hold'em, right? Splashed all his cash, and where are they now? 11th or 10th?
Yeah,
that didn't work. So basically, what they have to do in compliance with FFP, that this summer they cannot spend anything. They have to sell a lot of players, and that might even affect what they can do in January or in the summer window next, because he went all in, right? But what he got away with, which is pissing me off, is that he offered players 7 to 8 year contracts. That means that they're paying it off within 7 to 8 years. There's another loophole there as well. Absolutely criminal. But there's loopholes everywhere. And football, unfortunately, people, it's not always the rosies as you think it is. There's a lot of things that goes on behind the hood that you don't know, which you don't want to know. Like, it's just dirty, dirty business. We all know it, right? Nuruddin, sorry. I did a Nuruddin rant here. Got emotional.
No. It's good to get emotional. To me, if you're not emotional, that means you don't really care, innit? You don't really care. I say it simply. What I've seen over this weekend and what there's been the media in this country, same journalists who are basically saying that the world is coming to an end if Manchester United are to get taken over by Qatar, are the same ones lauding Manchester City. You can't make it up. You cannot. You cannot script it. You can't. Yeah. You can't make this shit up. And it is what it is. It is what everybody's afraid. Everybody's afraid. And that's why, honestly, before I was like, I'm not asked about who takes over as long as you get rid of all of the Glazers. But because of the xenophobia and the racism, I put out a tweet, that guy Red Devil, I put out a tweet, it's a structure. And I said, because I saw the Laurie Whitwell article a couple of weeks ago, and basically they were like, oh, mystique around Sheikh Jassim. We've not seen him. Who is he? And all of this. And they were like, ooh. And they were basically kind of insinuating that you might not pass the proper what's it called? The proper fit test?
Premier League fit and proper test.
Yeah, fit and proper.
It's basically to declare who is going to sit in your board of directors.
Yeah. Who's going to be the?
So you don't have any connection to PSG or anything, like, you know what I mean. You have to declare it. That's part of the game as well.
Yeah, but that's what they were insinuating, like he's some mysterious guy. While Jim is the. I mean, we saw it. Dante came out on the weekend. I don't know if any of you saw it.
Dante, yes, 100% slagged the ownership.
He basically was like, what? And at the moment, he came out on Saturday TV, was looking, somebody put a super chat. They've only got 11 players this season. They need to go and sign players. 11
so basically, this is what I've been saying, Nuruddin.
Next season, they're only going to have 11 players, and that they'll have to sign so many loanee, and they only spent last season 39 point something million they spent last season, and the rest of them are all on the free. And they're signing players over the hill, like Jesper Schmeichel, like Dante, who's 39. He's the club captain, 39 years old.
Yeah.
Hey, Simafraid FC. Here we go. Simafraid FC.
I'm not in charge of the chat room, so big up for all the mods, big up for Jarvis. Listen, I have a problem with that, and I've been calling a spade a spade. I've been saying that for a long time. Smoke screens, props, smoke screens. Like, one thing is to buy a Ferrari. Everyone wants the red Ferrari, right? But you got to have fuel and continuously develop that, put in fuel in the Ferrari to continue race, to compete, to win races, right? He doesn't have that. You seen what he's done with Nice. He bought the club and just left it. There's no structure. So what makes you believe that this will be successful? That's my issue, right? So basically what I'm doing is just comparing the bidders that is out there based on the manifesto, based on the history, and based on what they can offer. And the clear and obvious for me then, okay, well, if you have a scale, one way is better than the other, right? And of course, you got to favor that bid, because you're looking at for 18 years where this club has been and what the potential can be with a new dawn, with a new structure, with a new manager, with new money, and with everything. We have a fantastic manager in. The only thing is that he hasn't really been properly backed, right? He's done miracles with the squad that he inherited, or going all the way. Okay, big up for Phil Jones that just retired. Well, I don't know if he retired, but he goes all the way from, he was a Sir Alex Ferguson. He happened to retire the same day there was a 10 years anniversary of Sir Ericsson's retirement. So basically, I mean, fuck me, to be honest to say, like, Ten Hag has done a magic job like this season.
Amazing
when
you look at it. He took over a team that was basically
down tooling last season. Remember, guys, you have a short memory span. I was suffering. Same with you, Nuruddin, right? This time in May, down tooling, nobody gave a shit on the pitch. It was dire to watch. I just want to go like shoot myself in the foot and say, but you know, I just literally gave up in April. Like I just felt empathy. I just didn't feel anything. Yeah, you know, you're going away to Bournemouth and play, and it's like you feel nervous that we're going to lose this game. Right? This is not Manchester United, but now.
Yeah, Philip, haha, Nuruddin, you was brilliant with that microphone in that 2021 protest with Adam. Thousands turned up, great day. We saw Ole in the hotel football and gave him a wave. And
Big up, Philip.
Trinity statue, little brilliant.
Brilliant. Now I know Philip. Yes, of course I know who you are, Phil. Sorry. And now I'm connecting. Yeah, Nuruddin, yeah. Yeah, it was a big turnout this year as well. We couldn't be there, me and Jarvis, so we hosted this live. We were the only fan channel or fan community that hosted this live. And we have people calling in, sending videos. You know, Nuruddin was sending in his live feeds, basically, or recorded. So this was the only way we can sort of show the world, you know, that we won Glazers at full sale, right? So that's it. I really do hope that in terms of City's sake, that something happens, that they make some kind of case. But what would be the punishment, gents? What do you think is the fair punishment if they are guilty? Chat as well.
Yeah, I can go first. Relegation it needs to be a relegation and a big fine, of course. But the fine doesn't mean anything for Man City. You know, they have enough money. So relegation, and I would like them to be stripped of their titles because, you know, it's with Lance Armstrong when he won the Tour de France 7 times. He got stripped of his titles. So no honor and all his title money and everything, you know. But I would say the players, they can keep their medal if they like. You know, it's because they did it. Okay, I can respect that, but not the club.
Nuruddin?
Relegation and banning them from future transfers for at least 3 to 4 years.
A transfer ban, fair enough.
Because I mean, that's the reason why they did it. They done it so that they can have money.
Transfer, that's gonna hurt them if they cannot do any purchases. That will actually.
I said ban them for 5 years, transfer ban, and then an appeal reduce it to 4. So 4 years, Man City cannot sign anybody.
Or 3. I don't know.
Let's know in the chat. Let's know in the chat. What do you reckon?
I don't know. Let's go to the chat. Punishment is simple. Yeah, Stephanie, big up. The Glazers are the new owners for life. Duh, Steph, you give me a heart attack. Personally, guys, while you are checking the comments, you know, I don't. I made my point before that finances is not financial punishment is not helping. I'm towing your line there, Nuruddin, like a 3-year, 4-year transfer ban, right? That means that other teams can catch up in terms of their recruitment to be equal, right? This fair play. Relegation, G Live 10 say relegation force owners to sell the club. Forced. They will never sell the club. Big up. Relegation would happen as much all we want. Best case scenario is the transfer ban spanning a couple seasons and some points deducted. Google this. You're right. You're towing the same line as Nuruddin and myself as well. 100%. But I'm also like, you know, why should it be different than any other Olympic sport or any sport? Like if you cheated, you get stripped of your title, you know, even if you're boxing, like, you know, if you cheated, you find doping, they take you away the title belt, right?
This one is for you, Mick.
Miloš Mitić, dobro večer, kako ste, šta misliš, da li je Manchester United može da sprečiš i City osvoji FA Cup, tako da se spreči? Yes, he's wondering if we can get ready for the FA Cup. City, yeah, we can beat City on the FA Cup. Like everyone is wondering, can we beat City, right?
Yes, we can. We can.
So we can stop them winning a treble. That's what he's saying. Yeah, we have to, Miloš. We have to. Miloš, big up for sending Hvala lepo, hvala ti puno, brate. I speak a lot of languages. Disband the club, says Maneza. Welcome to, I haven't seen your name before, but welcome. Big up, big up.
What language?
Thank you
What language was that, Mick?
Serbian.
Serbian. And how many languages do they speak in Serbia?
Oh, no. In Yugoslavia, ex-Yugoslavia, they speak Bosnians. They call it Serbo-Croatian. You have Slovenian, Macedonian, and Montenegrin. But it's me, 6, 7.
So you speak Serbian, Bosnian,
Swedish fluent, Serbian, Russian, German, bloody whatever. Forgot Arabic as well, because I lived down in the region for 10 years. So, but it's all you pick it up, like some Bahasa, some Chinese, whatever I've been.
And Australian.
Australian, mate.
Yeah, you know what? Basically, the watching public, Mick is 00 Mick, mate, 007, mate.
I am
international man of mystery.
Yeah, so funny. Nerding calls me up, bro. Like I'm helping him remote to do his thumbnails. That's so funny, and it was so funny. He just discovered something new. Woo-hoo-hoo! Like it was so funny. Oh, I didn't know I can take pictures like this. It's like that was hilarious.
It was weird.
Yeah.
Ayush Gill says 2 window ban plus 200 million fine plus free
no, money ain't gonna do anything. I'm sorry, Gil. I'm sorry, Gil. I agree with a hair transplant, but 200 million fine ain't gonna do jack.
Yeah.
So they need at least
Brother,
3 to 4 million.
Ayush Gill, you're the funniest person in the community. Honest to God, right? But you've been here since the day one, since we started, to be honest, mate. So thanks you all for all your support and laughters. Yeah, you know what? I do a lot of things, like, creative. I do music. I do production. I'm just one hell of a energy. Like, when it comes, my mind never sleeps. Jarvis knows that.
Yeah, you work constantly.
The translator.
Stephanie calls you the translator.
The translator. Maybe that's my new name. Cool. And just don't test me. Orale.
French as well. French, Spanish.
No, I used to be able to pick up Spanish, but when you don't speak it, you kind of.
Italian. A lot of Serbians speak Italian. I had a couple of friends who were Serbian.
No, but I just do it. Mickey Blue Eyes. I see you. Bada bing, bada boom. What the fuck? And then this is double what the fuck when they do this, like
No, I got it mistaken. No, I got it mistaken. Romanians can understand Spanish.
Romanians can understand Italian and Spanish, correct? Yeah. Basic, man. I have very easy to pick up languages. That really, like, when I grew up as a child, I spoke 3 languages. Like, there was English, Swedish, and Serbian.
So, did you live in Australia as well?
Yes, I did. Yeah, West Australia in Perth.
How long were you there?
10.5 years.
Your English accent is Australian.
It's all over the place. Yeah, it's all over the place.
It's Australian. It's more Australian than anything else.
Well, yeah.
I know there's a lot of Serbians. I know there are a lot of Serbians in Australia. All I have to do is watch 𝒂𝒊𝒄 when he went there, and all the fans.
It's deeply embedded because, of course, I was in WA in West Australia in Perth, right? So, if I start speaking to Australian, oh my God, all of a sudden I got like, how's it going, mate? You know what I mean? I switch it on, but when you speak to a lot of Brits, what?
Down under.
Welcome to WA, mate. You know what WA stands for? Wait a while. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Chuck left. So hey, mate. Chuck is not on the Barbie, mate. What?
Mick, do you speak German?
Ja, ein bisschen. Ja, ich bin einen kleinen Kleiderschrank. Ja, alles gut, nicht verstehen. Dumme Schweden.
Dumme Schweden.
What did I say? Dumme Schweden, yeah.
Yeah.
Alles
what language do you speak? Do you speak German?
Yeah, I studied German, but I haven't brauchen it for a long time, so it takes a while.
Jarvis, do you speak German?
Yeah, we learn a little bit of German in school in Norway, so I can't speak much, but I have a little bit of.
What about Swedish? Can you understand Swedish or Danish?
Yeah, Swedish is like Scottish for the English.
For me,
it's
Danish
the same language, but it's a little bit different.
I can speak to Jarvis and understand him perfectly fine because, you know, I understand nordnorsk very akkurat. Yeah. I used to live in Drammen as well, so I know.
Oh, hey, have you is there any place where you've not lived there, Mick?
I've been all over the world, man. Seriously. If you ask me what my favorite place is, I always say, God, I love going to Trinidad and Tobago, man, and Dominican. The vibe. Yeah, man, brother. You know, it's so cool. No worries. Everything like peace, love, all that stuff. Yeah. Jamaica as well. Jamaica. Mandem.
Well, Jamaican colours here tonight. Jamaican colours here tonight.
You know, blood, man.
If you were wondering what Stephanie was saying, she said, I am a wardrobe.
What is that?
Brilliant.
Oh, yeah, I'm a wardrobe.
Eine kleinen Schrank.
So,
yeah,
listen,
I'm a wardrobe.
Let me get this right. So, Swedish to the Norwegian is like basically English but Scottish.
Yeah.
Wow.
The thing is that we have.
How different is the Danish? How different is the Danish?
Oh, yeah. For me, it's like we Swedes, Danish understand the Swedes, but we struggle with the Danish. We always say, you know, you speak like you have a hot potato in your mouth.
Yeah.
Scandinavian language are similar. Expect Finnish. Yeah, Finnish is totally off the rocket.
What about Icelandic?
Oh, also.
No.
Tungur knifur. 𝒊𝒄𝒌 𝒊𝒔𝒉.
You know that I that series. I've been watching the series of Who Killed Olof Palme.
That's a good one.
I've
the Scandia man.
Yeah. On Sky.
Yeah, the Swedish Prime Minister.
Yeah.
I tell you what, one of the most amazing places I've ever been to was Reykjavik in Iceland. Oh my God, that little place was rocking and popping. You went, you know, you can swim in the glaciers, like, you know, it was the volcanic activities. In the middle of the winter, you just hop into this natural spring and just coming up from, you know, sprinting out from the air. And oh, that was amazing. What a nature. Amazing.
No swimming in freezing water for me. I was born in East Africa.
But brother, I you know, my life mission has been to see the world, like, you know, because I think that richness comes to by experience, by seeing different things and learning different cultures, and you know, that shapes you as your man, as a human being, right? So you don't become like, you know, this squared in your box. So like I lived all over the place. Like I lived in Asia, I lived in Australia, I lived in Middle East, Europe, you know, a little bit of US, and you get to know so many people. That's the thing, and you embrace every single culture. So, and wherever you travel, wherever you go, like, you know, you know, I wear my Manchester jersey and kits, and because I'm crazy about it. And you always meet people, like they look at your shirt and say, "Hey, how's it going, man? Yeah, cool, yeah."
I got one for you, Mick. Can you read this?
Oh, I can't read Arabic. This is what I can't read it, man. And I'm dyslexic. But if you can write it in Shul Akhbar. La ilaha illallah, Allah, Muhammad Rasul Allah. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay, so back to
brother.
football.
I used to work in Riyadh as well. I used to work in Abu Dhabi. Neymar incoming, Jonathan Borry. Do you reckon? No, please. I don't want rolling.
You know what? If we're getting bought by Jim Radcliffe, at least I can go to the game and watch a bit of skills. Even though I'm properly against it, I'm like, you know what? If it's Sir Jim, the Radcliffe and the Glazers and the two other rats, 3 rats taking over Manchester United.
Let's talk a little bit about transfers, though. A little bit before we finish.
Then I would take him, but I'm not taking him if it's Qatar. No chance.
Yeah.
Apparently, Casemiro is trying to persuade him. That's the news. Casemiro is trying to persuade him to join Manchester United.
I think that if, let's say, Qataris or Sheikh Yassim will take it over, I'm thinking they are looking for a marquee signing. You know, there's been some rumblings regarding Neymar. I don't know. I'm not going to even entertain that thought. You know, that would be a fantastic signing, to be honest, right? But I'm looking more on the midfield area because, you know, the rumblings going on again. We have Frankie 2.0 coming back to Manchester United again, as it is, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to get involved. I'm not going to talk about it because I've been burned in the past, you know. But I surely think that it's a great signing, and we know that Ten Hag wants him. Will he fit the system? Yes, he will. He's a ball carrier. But also, what other midfields are we looking at? Like, you know, 𝒖𝒄 has a lot of legs, of course, and they've been like, you know, that's a great signing. So all of a sudden, you start to see what Erik Ten Hag wants, right? He wants, like, you know, two ball carrying center backs, right? A similar Martinez, but, you know, a carbon copy of Martinez, but right-footed on the other side. This guy, his interceptions is mental, right? He's driving forward with the ball. It's press resistant, out of this world. He's a beast. So imagine that back four, and then you start building that spine, Nuruddin, you know, with a proper midfield. Like, Casemiro needs definitely a number 2, a rotational. And I'm thinking, I know people will be saying, don't go there, Mick, but I'm thinking, you know, somebody from the Wolves. Neves.
Neves.
As a number 2.
Do you think that's realistic?
No, I will. You know, my dream midfield would then be, if you go sign a Frankie de Jong and a Caicedo. To be honest,
who's Neves's agent?
Neves's agent is Jorge Mendes.
Mendes, and he's done a lot of deals with United in the past.
Yes, he wants to also make amends. Yeah, he fucked up with Ronaldo, basically. You know, with the. So he fell off with the. Of course, he's no longer Ronaldo's agent, but that burned the relationship with United big time with the Piers Morgan interview. So, you know, I'll be following this very closely to see how this will be developing, because I'm sure they're going to talk about it. I'm sure he's always been on the list. So I don't know, but Caicedo for me, yeah, 100%. Sign this guy up.
You know? 100%, 100% Caicedo.
So imagine if we get that spine of a midfield, like get rid of Scott McTominay.
You know who I want? I want that kid, K something Lang from Mallorca as well.
Oh, I don't know anything about that guy.
Korean player. He's like a number 10, creative.
So guys, let's go and fish in the market, like an opportunity. Southampton is getting relegated. What if Leicester gets relegated? Of course, surely they got to sell.
Leicester.
Yeah. Who do you want though? Maddison?
That train has passed.
If the Glazers stay, they give us Wardy.
So who?
No. Tielemans goes for free.
No chance, Mickey. We're gonna fall out. No chance.
I don't want Tielemans.
I've got more movement in from one leg than he has for 2 legs.
Harvey Barnes.
More movement. He is an absolutely overrated crap. Hara in Arabic.
Hara. It means shit. I know. Listen, Harvey Barnes then.
Yeah, I like him. He's good, but I don't think he have the he's not from top shelf. I wouldn't pick him.
Okay, nobody from Leicester makes into our team. Southampton, Ward-Prowse.
Lavia.
That's it.
Yeah.
Lavia. That's a good shout. Lavia.
He belongs to Manchester City.
Oh, yeah, he does. Lavia. How about up front, though? There's rumblings about Harry Kane. I don't believe in those paper talks, 100%. I don't think we're going to make a deal with the devil, with Daniel Levy. And that's going to drag on to the end of the summer. So what you see now, Manchester United is going securing the at least 2, 3 targets, already triggering a release clause for 𝒖𝒄. Because you can do that. You can say, even if the release clause is open within the 2 weeks in June, they want 45 million. That's open, that window. But you can come in earlier, say, we give you 52 million right now. Take it, leave it. We will pay it then. Deal agreed. Bang. That's why you're seeing a lot of noise there happening. Astute, right? So it definitely has legs. They are definitely talking. So that's pretty cool. I want this signing. And players out. This I decided that I'm not going to shy away. I'm going to express my opinions. Harry Maguire needs to go, according to my opinion. It's not that I have an agenda. It's just not fitting. Scott McTominay has to go.
I agree.
Right. Fred keep on the bench as a rotational player, or keep or sell.
I would sell Fred if it was up to me. We have tried him so many years.
You need a little bit of a depth.
He's not a young man anymore. He's I think he's close to 30.
Yeah.
So move on.
Yeah. Give a little bit of chance to youth, like, Ahmad's coming in. Hopefully, Kane goes to Chelsea with Poch. Yeah, John Johnson, mate. That's a good valid point.
Mm-hmm.
Who does Pochettino love? Kane.
Kane.
Oh,
nah, I doubt it. I doubt it very much. He's not going to go to Chelsea.
But they're missing a striker, mate.
But I'll be shocked if he goes to Chelsea, though. I'll be absolutely... Listen, I know the rivalry between Arsenal and Spurs are bad, but one of the most toxic rivalries is Chelsea versus Spurs.
What about Vlahovic, which came out today? I haven't been able to catch up with my agent network.
I don't want
I don't want Vlahovic. One striker that fits the Erik ten Hag's mold is actually Lautaro Martinez. Check this guy out. He's amazing, right?
Yes.
And you can get him for 60, 70, right? You don't have to go and pay 100 million for Kane. Who's going to go for Osman? They're gonna price him out to 150. Nobody's going to pay that money unless some Sheikh Yassim. But still, you still have the FFP to think about, right?
Yeah. I think they talk about 100 million for Lautaro Martinez. So I think he maybe will be too expensive for us. But my God, I would like him if he got linked.
This is the prices you have to pay him nowadays. That's the thing, right? This is the inflation rate of transfer market right now. This is ridiculous. And the one that destroyed it was actually Neymar. Remember that one?
Yeah.
How they did to pay out this contract. So I don't want Neymar. I want him far, far away from our club as well. It's a passion merchant, I don't want people to come in. I want people to come and play for the club,
Yeah. Jonathan says Højlund with Vlahovic and Osimhen would be a
Højlund is good.
Højlund, yeah, he's good. Is it Atalanta? Italy?
Yes. Højlund. He's Danish, isn't he?
Yeah. Does anybody know the stats for Højlund? How many goals has he scored?
Not so many. I checked it out last weekend.
He's not that horrific, but he's a talent, and he's a Manchester United supporter.
That works fine by me. Yeah.
So is Evan Ferguson. Evan Ferguson's a United supporter as well.
But this guy is better than Ferguson.
But Nuruddin, are we in a stage where we can risk it on a player like Højlund?
I think, I honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. I think Evan Ferguson is gifted, technically very gifted. Evan Ferguson is so gifted. And because I've watched him in the Premier League, for 18-year-old, he's supremely gifted. Like, supremely gifted. But I've not watched Højlund that much. I've seen highlights, and highlights can only tell you so much.
Yeah. But boys, I'm going to reply to you there, Jarvis. I don't think we can afford, we need to get an experienced striker in the 𝒊𝒄𝒌 26 to 30, something like that. No more than 30. No more. Because we need a proper striker. We cannot afford getting a sort of a up and coming striker. Maybe you can get one of some like an Harry Kane, or I don't know, just an example, a proper goal scoring machine, and you get some of these youngest like a Højlund or Benjamin Sesko. I love him to pieces. Like he's my favorite striker. Upcoming. This guy is a beast, right? So I don't know, but at the end of the day, it's what Ten Hag wants. Ten Hag gets, I guess, as well. So we definitely need. I mean, what's a good spine for you, Nuruddin? Like, okay, fix the spine, fix the midfield, and the striker. That's it. 3-4 signings.
No, I'll tell you. We need a new goalkeeper. We need a new centre half. We need 2 central midfielders and then 2 strikers.
Okay. Looks like they're going to.
And one of the strikers have to be able to play out wide. And one of them has to be super creative.
Yeah.
So for me, here's who I would sign. I would sign Costa from Porto, Sun Mi. I would sign Caicedo. I would sign Kundas or that Lang, something Kai Lang, Mallorca player. Yeah. And then I would sign Harry Kane and Højlund.
Harry Kane. Harry
Cocaine Kane.
Yeah, Captain Kane. Yeah, we didn't say that. YouTube algorithm, please forgive us. Please forgive me.
Shout out expression for that one. That expression, expression.
Yeah, I did that. I came up with this years ago, and I took a picture of his nose as well and posted. I got banned on Twitter.
Yeah, but Jale is basically saying a thing here that's
he wants a big striker.
Yeah, Ten Hag wants a big striker. That's the reason why he's going after Kane. He likes a big, strong, tall striker.
True.
Hopefully his eyes don't fall onto Lukaku.
Oh no, Lukaku, take him away. Take him away. And take Weghorst away as well. Tall, long striker. Didn't even work.
Where's Weghorst?
Where's Weghorst? True. No, but he plays the best in Holland for sure. He's a tall striker. But that's why I'm saying Benjamin Sesko, they love him at the recruitment department. He's tall.
I think he's brilliant, technically gifted. But I've not watched enough of him this season, so I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I know that United's been in contact with him just before the World Cup. They spoke to his agent, Dennis Elvis Bosanovic, and they had meetings at Carrington, talked about his future. They've been scouting him heavily. You know, even had a podcast together with 90 Minutes Graham Bailey as well. He was also saying the same thing, right? So they are definitely scouting him. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Cool. Listen, guys, it's been a massive smashing podcast. We have to hyperventilate about City winning the title. We don't love it, but somebody asked me, like, a couple of months ago, Mick, who do you want to win the title, City or Arsenal? And I go like, mate, you want to know the answer? It's like you being the judge, giving my sentence to ask me, how do you want to die? Basically, it is like that. You want to be hanged or you want to be shot? You just pick. Same shit, different smell.
Yeah, but there's no sitting on the fence. You have to pick your poison.
Pick my poison.
Yeah.
Look,
I would have preferred Arsenal to win the league because that means they're not gonna...
they deserve it. They deserve winning because at the end of the day, they've been in the same freaking situation as us. We used to be the greatest teams battling against each other, the Invincibles against us, and a Wenger time versus Fergie time, and it was amazing times. I lived that time. I played the game. I saw the game. You know what I mean? But and that disappeared because like emperors, everything goes in cycles, right? Right now it's City cycle. Liverpool is dropping off again. That was just one season wonder in the COVID Cup. You know what I mean? Empty stadiums, no pressure. So, but anyway, United said I choose City, but now I regret it. Yeah, but in a way, I get your analogy because the only reason why I'm choosing City because they have no fan base and they nowhere to be seen. There's no banter on Twitter and socials, right? But if Arsenal wins the league, they would never shut up about it. We will hear about the bands for 1 year at least, right? Full of gas, inflated. Let's face it, their fan base is so overgassed and overhyping everything, right? And the flip-flopping, like you're changing underwears, to be honest. Anyway, guys, it's been amazing. Thank you. How many people have been watching? It's been a lot of people. Big up for all of you in the channel. I just have a very happy announcement to make. Been so busy. I checked up my analytics and I noticed we just hit 12,100 subscribers.
Wow.
Yeah. It wasn't a long time.
Jeez.
Yeah. It wasn't a long time ago. We were sitting on 10,400. And within 2 weeks, it's gone to 12,100. Right. The other day, Nuruddin, when you came online, I said 11,500. Boom. So I'm so glad that people are coming and discovering like this smaller.
You need to share the tricks. You need to share the tricks because my channel is stuck on 7,000.
Really, I got to shout out your Mark Parks. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the community. I said you before, Mick. Love your channel. It's becoming one of my favorites. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Just want to share the insights of doing content creation. It's I don't know if you can agree with me, Nerdin. It's hard work. It's very hard work, right? And it's not that you're getting paid, pretty much, right? If you look at the likes of Mark Goldbridge, and then they are making money, right? We are just a smaller channel, but what we're doing this for is for the community, is for the passion, because we love talking about football, like talking about Manchester United in general, and we like to connect with all of you. So
so much love in the chat now.
Big up. So, and the thing is, it's all about collaboration. So, like, you know, I come on, you know, Mr. Structure's channel there. You come on my channel. It's all collaboration. We have no beef, nothing agenda. We love talking Manchester United, because at the end of the day, if I look myself in the mirror, what do I see? I see myself in a Manchester United shirt, and so do you as well. So the reason why I started this channel is to shy away from all the elitism and bullishism, and, you know, just to keep it real, right?
Yeah.
And we come a long way within the change, even on Twitter Spaces, and, you know, even starting this movement, like no United fan should have less than 1,000 followers and all that stuff, you know. So it's been a journey, but this comes down to all of you, basically. You here, you there in the VR rooms. Cheers, Andy. Congratulations. But we're not done yet. We are not done yet. So, you know, we're on the road to 15K, and that's it. Organic growth. And also, you know, Mr. Nerdin, you're on the road to what? 10K?
10K, yeah. I am 7.13.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I like coming on your channel. It is raw. It is real. It is just
it is.
No
it's
filters.
Red, it's raw and it's real. That's how it is.
Yeah. It's red passion. But you know what? The thing is, like, the reason why I started this channel was because of the misinformation from journalists, and, you know, I was pissed off how the journalists were treating our club, dragging the badge in the mud, right? And also with this Glazes mud. So I just wanted to give a real alternative opinion, right? Keeping in realism in a way. But I must be the most positive realist around. So you know how it is.
I'm a pessimist.
Even win, lose, show. As I say, win, lose, draw. Win, lose, show. We're always there, like, you know, guys, to pick up the scraps, like, you know, to provide that real therapy sessions, right? To provide at least the positives, because I always try to find positive, even if we lose. Yeah, you know.
I find that difficult sometimes.
I know. You came on my post match. You were like, okay, come back to me in 24 hours. I can see that, right?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I find it when I watch United play drab football, especially when I predicted it, and I'm like,
yeah,
like, we were gonna fall off at the end of the season. It is depressing, but usually I'm miserable after a game because I can't get the images of missed chances, passes, the way we're playing out of my head.
Yeah, no, man, I'm okay. Tag name, somebody say United Red. What's everyone's tag? I will update and put it in the video description. But if you want to know, you can follow us on Twitter as well. Mine is not there, is it?
Yours is in the tag, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
yeah.
Mine is in the video description, same as you. Bowley77. It's not Toad Bowley. Mr. Structure has. I can't see this, but that red something.
Yeah, Red Devil, but Mr. Structure. If you type in Mr. Structure on Twitter,
Mr. Structure.
Mr. Structure.
You see him on Mr. Structure. You can see him on with Saeed TV as well. You can see him sometimes appearing with the United Stand. Sometimes I saw you in the interview with Adam. Big up for Adam as well. I love Adam. He's a great guy. But anyway, it's all about community, right? This is what we do. We share information. We spread the love. Stephanie, well-deserved, make great content, great chat, great panelist. Jarvis and Nerdin, absolutely. Whoa, you're legends. Yeah. I didn't even know Nerdin until, like, you know, I just got to know you like 2 months ago, approximately, right? So
yeah,
that's what it is. And you guys, everyone that comes into this family, are family for us. You know what? That's it. Guys, it's been a lovely, emotional, look at my pineapple hair right now. I'm just going. We're midnight vibing now. It's past midnight where I am. So just look, take care, people. Nerd, and where can people find you?
Mr. Structure, that guy Red Devil, and United Real Therapy.
United Real Therapy. Please check out this United Real Therapy. You guys went live with Saeed earlier today. It was a cracking show. And you can also find Jarvis coming up there as well. Jarvis?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, Bowley77, BOLE77, and you can find me on this channel and Nureddin's channel.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Can you remove that comment so people can see, because you have it?
Sorry.
Yeah, you have your tag there. So, yeah, you don't have your tag. Okay, whatever. But I guess people can find you if you drive all the way to the northern Norway called Tromsø. That is a long drive, but right now it's summertime and the sun never goes down. It's like constant 24 hours lighting.
Yeah.
You got to do the trick again.
Yeah, we got to open.
I'm so impressed. Look at that.
Wow.
Midnight. Look at that. It looks like it's 2 p.m.
That's crazy.
The sun is still in the mountains.
That's
wow.
crazy.
That
it's
is
hard to get some sleep.
Time to get some sleep, people. Listen, guys, thank you so much. Big up for you, Jarvis. Big up for your family. I love your background as well, but you know what? Go subscribe to Mr. Structure's channel, Real Therapy. Go check out his video as well. I will update the thumbnails to put everyone's handles in that was in the show. We lost Daniel. He was in here. He couldn't connect again, so my apologies. Daniel, you can come on another time as well. Anyone that wants to come in, have a say, just drop us a DM. We're more than happy to bring you on, have your voice. Mr. Structure, this is Mick Ruby. This is Jarvis Cocker. This has been, actually, it's supposed to be your show, Jarvis. You're supposed to finish.
No, just do it.
No, you do. Okay. How can I finish your show? It's Cocker's Corner, man. Come on.
Okay, I'll finish. So, okay, we call it tonight.
Should I finish for you? Wait a minute. I finished for you. Hang on a second.
Obviously, I'm not happy by losing to West Ham, but the players need to go with the principles and start winning. Where's Ghost?
Where do you find these videos? Where do you find these videos?
Use the Snapchat, man. Seriously, Snapchat filter. That is the best.
Oh,
Snapchat filters.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's time for bed.
Okay, John Johnson, big up for you. Now you're embarrassed, right?
You know what? I'll finish. Win, lose, or draw. Glazers out. Jim the Ratcliffe out. Peace.
Yeah.
Peace.
I just need
smash
to
a like on the
John
video.
Johnson
Subscribe to
Smash
the
a
channel
like.
if you're not already subscribed. Hit that notification button because you know when
10
next
Jarvis.
Mick Rubin Man United Man UFC Realist TV is live.
Big up, guys. Well, listen, have a fantastic evening or morning, wherever you're tuned into. See you next time as well. And we are actually playing on Thursday. Chelsea, baby. 3 points. 3 points. Great show, lads.
Listen, if you two are about, I'll be doing a match preview tomorrow night. So let me know.
We are around. So follow us on Mr. Structure's channel there. Real Therapy Army as well. So we'll be joining you for a preview. 100%. 100%. Guys. Okay, so I'm finishing off the show now, or was it you?
Yeah, okay. I'll finish. I will do it like Mick Ruby. Guys, thank you for coming on. I love the live chat. Thank you for the guests. Mick Ruby
Big up
and
Twinkle.
Mr. Structure.
You got to do like Nerden also. Peace, love, and glazes out.
Peace,
Also-
love, glazes out.
And
Yeah.
Twinkle. Good night, Twinkle.
Oh,
And
this is
Twinkle.
Mr. Cat
Good night,
Twinkle.
Twinkle.
Beautiful cat.
My
Now, what's your
friend
name of your
cat.
cat now?
No, this is Twinkle, my neighbor's cat, but my other cat is called Skolzy. My cat's
Skolzy. Yeah, big up Skolzy. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. So now
Yeah.
you do the ending, Nerdy.
Okay.
I'll say subscribe to the channel. Win, lose, or draw. Glazes out. Bankers out. Jim the Ratcliffe out. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification button and lets you know when the next time Man UFC Realist TV is live. Big up Mick. Big up the Mick Army. Love and
Thank
light.
you. And it's empty calories, so it doesn't cost you anything. The only dividends we take is just to press the like button. That's what we live for. Big up all of you. Good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. See you till next time. Ciao, bella.
Peace.
Bye. Peace. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials. Peace.